SNG is useful for frameworks. Like we can integrate with Java.
Of course, but what is the
Where
main purpose of?
We can generate the reports, HTML reports.
Okay. Only for that purpose we use TestNG?
And for test scripts execution.
Whenever questioning anything, question like why do we go with the TestNG means tell them TestNG is useful.
They are more easy.
Yeah, tell me, ma.
They are more easy than using web drivers. And we can also do parallel testing using TestNG.
Okay. Tell that what features I told yesterday. We can prioritize the test cases. We can execute your test cases and dependencies. We can execute them in groups.
Yeah,
we can configure. Yeah, we can execute your test methods parallel in XML file. So these are the main advantage we have with the TestNG, and we get for every test case we can see 3 HTML reports.
3 HTML reports
for every test case. That's a one of the good advantage we have in TestNG. Okay, so yesterday we have been executing, but we got an issue in that, right? Let me show you how we overcome that problem. Huh? Who is that? Your voice is breaking, ma. I'm not able to hear you.
In my laptop also, TestNG is not installed, sir. It is showing some error.
What are it showing you? After installing, it is showing, or before installing on it's showing that error?
After installing, while executing program, it is showing some errors, sir. Yesterday, what?
Uninstall it, ma. Again, go to Eclipse Marketplace. Eclipse Marketplace. We can go to Eclipse Marketplace. In that we have installed option here, right? You find installed option here. Just find installed option. In that installed option, it shows TestNG. Uninstall it again, so that it will be showing TestNG here for you. Okay. In my system, it's not showing because it's uninstalled. Uninstall it again and again install, ma, 2 times. We have to do because some issues will be there because of some net issues in between execution of, while installing TestNG. Because of different reasons, it shows that error. Please do it once again, no problem. Okay. Yeah. Yesterday, I written annotations. Where do you write preconditions and post-condition TestNG? Anybody?
Before test, after test.
Before or after methods.
What is before after, not before test, after test, before after. I'll tell you what is before test, what is before method and all that. But what happens? Where do we write test cases in TestNG?
Test.
At the rate of test
At
method.
the rate of test.
Is it possible to rename your test methods?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Can you rename your test methods in TestNG?
Yes. Yes.
Possible, right? Yes, so there should be at least one test method in between before, after, or there should not be any one test method?
One test method. More than one test method also.
We can have at least one test method should be there before and after. What is before? Before executing?
Precondition.
Yeah. It's a precondition. But when it execute, I'm asking. When it execute before, basically, before executing test case or after executing test case?
Before test case.
Before?
Test case.
Before executing your test method.
Yes.
What about after?
After executing test case.
After executing your test method, it goes on executing, right?
Yeah.
That's what we have seen yesterday class. Do you remember, all of you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now I shown you all test methods in one class. How to run in one class. How to create test in the class where navigation yesterday class I shown you, but always we don't prefer to go creating test case navigation manually. We have to practice writing test method. That also I'll show you. Wait, once we get into this. From here after, it's very, very important topics. Please don't miss them. Every topic is important because it concludes with the frameworks and all that. So please be present for all these classes, all of you guys. Here it's showing some error. That's what here in my system also it's showing that error. Uninstall 2-3 times more. No other option we have. What Eclipse are using? Mars or Oxygen?
Oxygen.
All of you?
Oxygen.
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 I am using
Generally,
Mars.
Okay, no problem. Mars also, but that's what two times uninstall and install it. Because while executing, if any internet problem, check it out. We'll check it 2-3 times, then only we get clarity. See here. Yesterday class, I shown you how to create TestNG class manually via navigation. How do we create TestNG class via navigation? Right click on your project, TestNG,
Create
TestNG.
TestNG class.
So yeah, it shows by default, it shows all annotations. Check all these annotations except data provider. But it doesn't mean that every time we use all these annotations. Okay. First time to understand all these annotations practically, I'm going to show you. Okay. And here compulsory we have to choose the project plus SRC. Many people are doing this mistake. Compulsory. You have to expand your project, select SRC folder compulsory. And the package name is, you can define any package name. And the class name is, you can define any class name, but rules are common rules. What we have told you, rules we follow in Java class, same rules are followed. Okay. Click on finish button. By default, it will create all your test methods here, right? By default, so that by default, at least one test method will be generated, and we can add a number of methods, no problem. And whatever methods TestNG maintains, static or non-static methods.
Non-static methods.
Non-static.
Non-static.
TestNG maintains by default non-static,
method.
non-static methods. Yes. Now, yesterday we written, but we are unable to execute. Now I'm writing again this one under this. Okay, just rename this package name to 25. So far you have been running via Java class. Now we are going to run via TestNG. How do you differentiate Java class and TestNG class? How do you identify? How do you differentiate them? How do you differentiate TestNG class and Java class?
No main method in
There is no
TestNG
main
class.
method in TestNG.
That is one way. Next way, whenever we don't find annotations, even we can create Java class without main method also, right? But whenever there is no annotations, whenever we don't have annotations, then it will be considered as Java class.
Java.
Okay. If the test class has any annotation, then you have to identify it as a TestNG class.
TestNG class.
Select. Now let me run this here. Right click the mouse, run as TestNG test. When you run this via TestNG test, it gives all your methods. See, only 3. What that meaning 3? Test cases. There are only 3 test cases we have, right? So test cases, what are the things will be considered in test cases means only whatever we write in test methods only will be considered as test cases. Don't consider we write whatever we write in before and after. There are only preconditions and post conditions. Okay. Whatever we write in test method, only those things will be considered as your test cases. Now see that we don't see this kind of report in WebDriver. See 3 test cases, failure 0, skip 0. And how you got all these messages? So how you got all these messages means because of the comma true. Because of this comma true. If we don't say comma true, we don't see these messages in the console tab. We'll see them only in HTML report. So that's the reason I told you, write comma true. If you say comma true, it will generate in HTML, plus it will show you the reports in console tab also.
Console tab.
That's the reason I'm writing. It's not mandatory for us. Okay. Now, how to view HTML reports here? After executing your TestNG class at least one time, go to, all of you listen carefully. Go to your project. Go to your project. Right click on that project. Refresh it. All of you. Okay. If you do refresh, you'll find one folder here. See that test output folder. You'll find one folder here. In this test output folder, you can find out all your HTML reports. Look at, open that folder. See that emailable. I'll show one by one report. See that first report is emailable report.html, one report. Index.html, one more report. And the default suite also one more report. In the default suite, we have default test.html, one more report. Open your old folder also. In that old folder, we can open default suite. In that default suite, we can find index.html. So we can view all these reports one by one, one by one. And one more report, XML report. Look at that. We get one more XML report. See, TestNG results.xml. We get XML report. We get HTML report. Okay, for every test case. Always checking in Eclipse. Okay, many people are checking in Eclipse, but they're forgetting to see them in local system also. You should be able to see your reports in your local system also. That is also very important. First, I'll show you. See that. To open the report, right click on this report, email report, open with web browser. First time when you open with web browser. Now you see beautiful reports. Look at that. Passed 3, skipped 0, failed 0. How many milliseconds they took? They took 78 milliseconds to execute all the test case. What is default test? It's nothing but test name. What is compose, login, replay? Anybody? What are these compose, login,
Method.
replay?
Method name.
Method names. In our language, testing levels, testing language is called test cases. Kada? Testing language is called test cases. Java language is called methods. Okay, in TestNG also we write test cases. Test cases are nothing but your method names. Whatever method names you are providing there in test methods, those will be considered here. Look at that. What is September 25? Package name.
Package.
What is demo? Class name.
Class name.
That should be identified very easily. Okay, and it shows all the messages. How you got these messages? If you write system.println, we don't get that message here. That's what I'm asking to avoid, that system.println. Yes, because of that reporter. Because of what? A reporter, we're able to see the messages like this. One report. Second report. Index.html. Right click on that. Open with web browser. Okay, open that report. So that XML file. This is how we have to write XML file also. And the test, it shows how many tests we got executed. In the test, we have only one class. Groups, no groups got executed so far. Time, look at the time. Every test case, how many milliseconds they took every test case. Compose test case took 29 milliseconds. Replay test case took 2 seconds. This test case took 2. Somewhat performance also can be done. Nearly it took 33 milliseconds to execute all the 3 test cases. And reporter output, it gives very clearly. And also ignore methods, it shows very clearly. Chronicle view, it shows very clearly how they got executed, how they got executed chronically. I'll show what that chronicle view also. And the show results pass, it shows all the test case, whichever test case are passed here. 3 test case we can see. This is second report. Third report, open default suite. Open this default suite. Right click on this default.html. Open with web browser. So here also, here it shows very clearly 3 passed, 0 failed, 0 skip, and started. See that it shows very clear at what time you executed, date, time, everything. And here it took seconds as well as milliseconds also it shows. And it shows show all outputs. Click on this so that it can show your output also. How many time? 0, 0. Why? Because we are not running against application. We are running general examples. That's when 0, 0. Don't worry. One more report. What that one more report? What that one more report we can see here? What that one more report means? We can see under old also. Look at that. Open this old folder. Open this default suite. In the default suite, no need to check all of them. Directly go to index.html. Right click on index.html. Open with web browser. So that here it shows clearly, chronically how they got executed. Look at that. See configuration, see site configuration, suite configuration. Before suite we used, after suite we used. Next, test configuration. Before test we used, after test we used. And next, class configuration. Before class, after class. Look at the hierarchy here. See, before suite got executed first, then before test got, then after suite, before class got executed. After methods also. Before method, after method. Before method, after method. Before method, after method. Test cases. Test cases. Compose, login, replay. Test cases means nothing but test methods only, right? It shows. Not only that, alphabetical order. I told you yesterday. TestNG will always execute according to alphabetical order. C starts first, C letter, first letter, C. So that it got, practically we cannot do like this, right? Is it possible? First executing login, compose, then login, then go for replay. Practically if you do.
No.
So that's what TestNG by default execute all your test cases through alphabetical order. Yes, we have very good option. How to prioritize test case? We can prioritize them. How to prioritize? I'll show you. XML file, not run, no test case have been ignored from execution. XML file, we have to write our own XML also. How to run? I'll show you that also. Report or output, it gives very clear report for you. All the reports is shown very clearly. These reports are very important to understand all annotations. We get clarity how they're executing, how they're participating. We get clarity. Okay, and then accept, finish. Okay, and then XML file. This XML file, report or output, groups, class. Okay, see that this class has this many annotations, so and so, so and so. And one more report we can view. What that one more report we can view? XML report, right? Where that XML report, see that TestNG results.xml. Double click. No need to open with browser. Double click it. When you open first time, it shows design format here. Don't confuse. We have to click on source. All of you. Okay. When you open first time, it always shows design format. Click on source. When you click on source, you can see your XML file here. This XML file, how they got. See, the report is generating here. Not only checking them in local system. I mean, not only checking Eclipse reports, we can check them in local system. Where do you find all these reports in your system here? Where you find all these reports? Now, suppose you want report, you want to send to your leader. How you send this reports to your leader? Anybody?
Like,
how you forward this?
The project will find in the drive.
Yes. How you send this reports to your leader? How you will forward this reports to your leader? Attach. Through mail. Attach them. Already is available. Go to D drive. Your framework, what you created, automation framework. See that test output folder. See that. We can open this report in local system, emailable report. Open a browser, index.html. Okay, open all the reports, no problem. One more, default suite. Open the default suite here. Default test. One more report. What that one more report? Old report.
Old.
Double click old folder. Default suite. Open that. Directly double click on index.html. One more report. What that one more report we can see?
XML.
This XML report. See, first look at this reports what generates it. It open in local system also. Not only checking in Eclipse, you should make a habit of checking them in local systems so that we can see these reports. Okay, chronically how they got executed. It shows very clearly chronically how they got executed. Thread means that is nothing but taken Java thread by default. Don't worry. Alphabetical order how it got executed. Okay, and also not run. How many test cases not executed? XML file and class report and report output, groups and test engine reports, XML file. You can view all for every test case from today. For every test case, whatever test case we execute, for every test case, we can see the reports. And also we can see your report, more report. What that one more report? XML. Where that XML? See that test engine.xml. You can open with browser, no problem. Open with a browser, double click, it opens in default, opens in Internet Explorer only, don't worry. It defaults open in Internet Explorer only by default. Okay, by default it opens in Internet Explorer only by default. Like that, we can view all the reports according to our business point of view. Look at that, it shows, but this is limited reports. But advanced reports not possible in TestNG. We can't do that. I'll show you how to run your extents reports, advanced reports for this. That also I'll show you. Okay, like that for every test case, we can close all the tabs. For every test case, we can see all reports very clearly in TestNG. And try to understand what is this. Look at here, all of you. Executing. What is executing? The test cases. That's written without confusion. Executing means test cases. That running means precondition. Look at that. Before suit, before test, before class. Before suit, before test, before class. Look at that. How many times they are participating for the 3 test cases? Compose, login, and replay. Are they participating only once in a class or participating for every test case? Check it out. Observe.
For every test case.
Check that. So, see, observe carefully. Before suit, before test, before class. Forget about before
Only
method.
once.
Look at that. Before executing, see, before executing compose, login, replay, only one time they participated. Look at that. Only once they participated. Yes or no? Do you accept, all of you? Only once they executed here, only one. See, before running, before suit, before test, before class, they're running only one. See, compose only one time they participated, login also only one time, replay also only one time. Even after class, after test, after suit also, how many times they participated? Only once. After executing all your test method, after executing your compose, login, replay, only once this after method, after class, after test, after suit also participated. But whereas before method, look at that, before method, after method. Before executing your test case, before method is participating. After executing your test case, after method is participating. Again for login also. Before running login test case, again precondition participated. After executing your login test case, after method got participated. Again for replay also. Before running your before method, so that means what you understood now, what I got clarity here is, I can use before method, after method annotations whenever I want precondition, post condition for each and every test case. I can use before suit or before test or before class whenever I want single precondition for my test cases. That means run my app, launch my browser, launch my URL, execute all my test case and log out. In that case, what we can choose? We can choose either before test or before class or before suit. No. For every test case, I want precondition, post condition, precondition, post condition. That's what happening very clearly. See that? For each and every test case participating or not, before method, after method. Do you accept, all of you guys? All
Yes,
of you. Theoretically also I'll explain so that. First of all, before suit method is executed only once. Am I right?
Yes.
Before suit executed only once. Look at that. Lastly, after suit method also executed only
Once.
only once. Even methods before test, before class, after test methods also executed only once. Before test, before class, after after test also participate only once. Before method execute for each test case before executing your test cases. Kada? After
Yes.
method also execute for each test case, but after executing the test case. So in between, before and after, each test case executes. Do you accept that, all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept that, all of you?
Yes, sir.
That is what happening. So practically, when we are using practically, we don't use all these annotations here. Okay. Any one of you tell me what is before test, after test? Fast.
launch browser
No.
It executes only once before
before
starting
executing the test case.
It will participate only once
Only
in a
once.
class. It will participate only once in a class before executing your test methods, test cases also, right? After test also participate only once
Once.
after executing all your test methods. Am I right?
Yes.
Same thing implies to before class, before suit. What about before method?
Executes every time, along with the test.
Sir, still I'm not getting clarity. Sir, can you show practically? Yes. Let me show individually now. Let me show individually. Then we get more clarity how they're participating, how they're executing also we can see. But remember all of you guys, after executing your test case, refresh your project. Don't forget that. After refreshing your project, you can see one folder. What that folder? Test output folder. In that test output folder, you can find all your HTML reports. And one more thing I told you, before you do all this, I told you to add test engine library. Have you added test engine library for your project?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Test
sir.
engine library, yes, must and should. Without adding that test engine library, we cannot go ahead and work on it directly. Okay, now let me take practical ideas and let me show you how they are participating one by one. Let us take our Primus Bank. In that Primus Bank, I'm taking 3 test cases. In this login home page of this Primus Bank, in this home page of this Primus Bank, I'm taking 3 test cases. This Primus Bank is having some issue. I think it's not opening. Okay, take anything. I'm taking Orange HRM. I will take my precondition as login. I will take precondition as login. After login is not our test case. Login is a precondition. After login to this application, I will take 3 test cases just to show you. What the 3 test cases I will take here is, I will click on admin as 1 test case. I'll click on PIM, 1 test case. I'll click on Live. Just I want to show how they're participating. I'll click on Live, 1 more test case. 3 test cases I will take here. Okay, na? I'll click on Live. I'll click on PIM, admin, PIM, Live. 3 test cases just to show you how they're. So, but login is a precondition for us. In Primus Bank, we can take personal banking as 1 test case, corporate banking as 1 test case, international banking as 1 test case. Then we get clarity how they're participating. If I show individually before test, before method separately, then we get clarity. From today, we should make a habit of, 1 second, I install it again in your, let me see, it's going to execute or showing same error. Now see that. That's what I did. 2 times I installed them. So now it is executing in my system correctly. Okay, 2 times uninstall it. See if you have such problem, all of you. Now see that.
So can we run it from the button from there, or right click and run as test-ng, sir?
You can do it in
We can then directly
shortcut. Shortcut is same. Control F11 is a same shortcut. But it shows Java class before it shows Java class. Now it shows test. The symbol indicates test-ng class. The symbol indicates Java classes. Remember that. Okay. Now see it's running. See, after executing your test cases, what I told you, go to your project. See that right now you don't have test output folder, right? First time, right click on your project, refresh it. If you refresh, then you should able to see test output folder. Open this test output folder and you can see all your reports. Okay, na? Okay. Now practically, I shown you how to create test-ng class via navigation. How to create manually, I'll show you. Same, how you create test case in Java, same process, but don't select main method. Okay, look at that. Select your package here, anything. Click on this class, same class name, and give that package name as September 25th and give some class name as annotations. Annotation 1 I'm taking as my class name. No main method. Don't select main method. Click on finish button. Yesterday class, observe today class and yesterday's class. Yesterday's class, what happened? It is importing all the packages by itself, right? Creating all the methods by itself. But today, practically, we have to type manually. That's it. Okay, type manually. Practice like that. So first, globally declare WebDriver object. WebDriver object. WebDriver. Because we want to use WebDriver object for every method. So that I'm declaring globally for that. WebDriver object is driver. Now, at the rate. Every annotation should start with what? At the rate. At the rate before test. I'm using first before test. Okay. Control spacebar. Control spacebar. Remember that. Control spacebar. You should import package. Look at that. And testng. All of you know testng follows what methods here? Static or non-static?
Non-static.
Until you type that method, it shows error like that. Until you type that method. Type that method. Public. Void. Method name I say setup. Setup means initializations are called setups. Okay, open your braces, close your braces. Until you create method, it shows error like that. Now see, is it showing an error? No, right? Launch only. What is precondition here for this Primus Bank? No login. Okay, launch browser, launch URL. Now launch browser. Driver is equal to already declared object, driver object here. Object.
Yes.
So now initiate it. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control spacebar. Chrome driver. Launch URL. Driver dot get method. Specify your URL. Next. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. And one more thing, some people are asking, sir, is there any rule that we have to write sequence? First we have to write test methods, then write before. No such sequence. Anywhere you can write, no restrictions at all. No rules that we have to write first before test 2, then after this, then writing test methods. No rules, no such rules, no such sequence. It follows its own sequence. Don't worry. Write you where you want, write your methods, no problem. Okay, na? Now after this, come out of this method. Now first test case, what that? At the rate test. Control space bar, compulsory. Many people, I observed, many people are importing JUnit. Why it shows JUnit? We know all of you. Why it shows JUnit means JUnit is default to Eclipse. So don't go with JUnit package. We have to import testng package. Don't forget that. Okay. After importing, go and check it out. Have you imported right package or not? First, that is very important. Create a method for this also. Public void method name. First you want click on personal banking. I'll take this as my first test case. P banking. Okay, P banking. Create a method. Now you want to just click on that, right? Write one code for that. Driver dot find element by dot xpath value dot click. Just I want to click that so that it will get clarity how they're participating. For that purpose, I'm writing. Write reporter for that. Reporter dot log. You can say executing P banking test method. You can write your own message, no problem. Comma true. If you don't say comma true, it won't display to your console tab. Okay. Yes. For your observation, let us ask tool to wait for a few seconds. There is nothing wrong. Thread dot sleep. Wait for 5000 milliseconds. No problem. And even for precondition also, write that message so that it will get in console tab to get clarity. Reporter dot log and say here precondition running precondition. You can write your own condition. Precondition. For understanding, I'm writing precondition. Okay. Comma true. Like that, how many test cases you want, right? 2 more test cases you want, right? So write 2 more test cases. So that will get clarity how they're participating. Next, one more test case, one more test case. Second test case, what I want click on is personal banking. Next, C banking, corporate banking. Next test case is international banking, I banking. For my understanding, I'm writing. Okay. So here, what we're executing? Here we're executing C banking. Here we're executing C banking, and here we're executing I banking.
I banking.
Okay, na? And for every test method, wherever you use thread dot sleep, you have to go with superclass. For every test method, throws. Before we're writing in main method, everything in main method. That's a problem. Okay. Now for every test case, we have to use superclass compulsory. And here also, after launching your browser, also wait for a few seconds, no problem. Thread dot sleep. Not required, just I'm using for your understanding. Thread dot sleep for about 5000 milliseconds. And here also we have to use superclass compulsory. Okay, na? Finally, post condition. After completion of this test case, at the rate, after test. Control space bar. Don't forget that control space bar. It will import package above. Control space bar and A1. Control space bar is importing that package. Look at that. Without these packages, we can't do anything. So write a method for that. Write a method. Public void. Method name is tear down. Ante coming down. Tear down ante kannil veetukovalu anamata. Ante coming out. Closing your browser. Nothing but that's what we call tear down like that. We give method names. Driver dot close or quit. No problem. Driver dot quit method. Okay. So here also write a reporter. Reporter dot log. And here what you're executing, running post condition. Post condition. Okay, comma true. Okay. Okay, let us define XPath for all these elements. Right click on personal banking, inspect element. Go to your crow path. Okay, edit this relate XPath, copy this and paste for relate. Which one? P banking, personal banking. Locate for that correctly. Next, corporate banking. Edit this, copy this. Make sure you're giving XPath correctly for the respect elements here. Next element is international banking. So first you have to get clarity how they're participating. Okay, and let us define our application URL also. Can anyone of you tell me how these 3 test cases will participate? P banking, C banking, I banking.
First C banking.
First em run out number first.
Before test.
Preconditions.
Preconditions.
Opens the browser and opens the.
And then the C banking. And then I banking.
C banking.
I banking.
I banking.
P banking.
P banking. After that?
After test. Post condition.
Post condition will execute. That means what you understood here? So
when we can use order.
Whatever may be. What you understood before test means when we use before test, after test, when you want to have a single precondition for all your test cases, then we have to go with the before test, after test. It will participate. Precondition will participate only once in a class before executing your test case. Post condition also will participate only once in a class after executing all your test cases. This is what it should execute now. I don't know. Let me check it out. Okay, save it. Right click to mouse. Run as test-ng test. Check it out. Before I shown, generally, now we should execute against application. it goes on performing accordingly. There's a problem with this application. That's what it's stopping in between. Failure. See that all test cases got failure. It's not launching application. Connection failed. Application is not launching correctly. That's a problem. Okay. Check me in 1 second. It's getting failed. That's what. There is an issue with the application. Ramna?
Hello, sir.
Ramna. This Primus Bank in this connection failure vastundo sir chudva. Primus Bank launch chestunte issue vastundante internet connection failure vastundante run out la database ana poyindam chudu sari. Sir no నీ సిస్టమ్ లాంచ్ చేయరు సరే.
అదే నా సిస్టమ్
లాంచ్ అవుతుంది బట్ కనెక్షన్ ఫెయిల్ వస్తుంది కదా.
రీస్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను సర్వర్.
ఒకసారి రీస్టార్ట్ చేస్తారా?
రీస్టార్ట్ అప్లికేషన్ వచ్చింది బట్
కనెక్షన్ ఫెయిల్ వస్తుంది. నువ్వు ఏదైనా లాగిన్ అయితే నీకు అంటే ఫస్ట్ నీకు ఒక పాపప్ వస్తుంది కదా కనెక్షన్ ఫెయిల్ అనేసి.
అవునవును కనెక్షన్ ఫెయిల్ ట్రై అగైన్.
అదే సర్వర్ ఒకసారి రీస్టార్ట్ చేయి. ఓకేనా రమణ? క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా?
ఓకే సార్.
రైట్. Okay, so that's a issue with it. Okay, now even instead of that we can write for our this orange HRM. Yes, I'll take, but I should take login HRM. For this I should write login code as a precondition, right? You should go login, then only we get that page. Write a code after maximizing. Write a code driver dot find element by dot name xpatha name whatever you want, you can take dot send keys. See that is WebDriver code is changing in TestNG?
No,
Right? It won't change. So everything is same, but only reporting style we have. We write test case very easily according to our business point of view. That's a good advantage we have. Keys dot enter or click also we can write, not issue there. Okay. So log out. First let us define XPath of these elements. Inspect element. Grow path. Relate XPath. Edit this. Copy this. I will take first test case as that. Okay. Admin as my test case. Admin link. Take something admin link. Okay. You want click on admin link. Executing on admin link. Next one. You want click on PIM. Edit this. Copy this and paste here. Here I'll take PIM link. Next, Liva, whatever, you can take anything, it's up to you. Just understanding the annotations are important. Okay. Click leave link. Leave link. Okay. You're executing leave link. And post condition, no issue at all. Okay. So let us define locator values for that. Login. Username and password for all this. Right click on it. Name. Edit this. Copy this. And paste here for identifying name text box. Next. Password. Edit this. Copy this and paste here for passport text box. Next, name. Edit this, copy this, and paste here. Okay, na? That's it. So let's see how it's going to participate. So don't consider login is a test case.
No.
The precondition.
It's a pre. Anything we write in before, there are preconditions here. Anything we write in test methods only will be considered as test cases. Okay. Let me check it out. Password is not this QH. 1, 2, 3. So observe now. Practically observe how they are going to participate. Login is precondition. Now precondition executing. After executing preconditions, 3 test cases should execute without post condition. After running all 3, see now admin, click on admin, 1 test case executed. Is it logging out? No, right? Next, PIM, leave, because it's going according to alphabetical order. Next, 3rd test case is PIM. And then post condition will execute. Post condition is what is that? Post condition?
Wait.
Closing the browser. Closing the browser. See that? Very clearly it shows very clearly. See that? Running precondition. So before running 3 test cases, precondition got executed only once, and running all your test case. After executing all your test case, then post condition got executed. Okay, when you want to run your test case in this style, only 1 precondition and go on running my test case, then go with before test, after test. No restrictions at all. Okay. Now, after every time, come and refresh your project. Come and refresh
So we can run any number of test cases within the pre and post condition.
No problem. Yes. Refresh your test output folder. Open this. Okay. Emailable report. Now it's just clear report and we are running against application. So first time don't open like that. What I told you, right click on it, open with web browser. Open with web browser. See that. It took 42,155 milliseconds. Milliseconds. See that it's executed already. Next, one more report, index HTML. Don't open like this. Don't double click. Okay. Right click to mouse. Open with web browser. XML report we see. Test report we see. Groups we don't see no groups. Time we see every test case time our test case got executed. Report output we got. Ignore method we can see. Chronicle view how they got. See that. Only setup. Setup is precondition. Only one time and running all 3 test case and then post condition got executed. Show all pass. It shows all your past test cases here. And one more report, default suit. Right click on this. Open with web browser. We can see that it took 42 seconds because now we are running against application. It took 42 seconds. 42,000 milliseconds means 42 seconds. See, first test case took 8 seconds. Second test case took 7 seconds. And third test case, it took 6 seconds to execute. Show all outputs. You can see your report output, what written there. Okay. And one more report. What that one more report we can see? Old. Open this old. Default suit. In that, right click on index.html. Open with web browser. Again, we can see chronically how they got executed. See that admin A, first letter A, leave, PIM, 3 test cases. Only what configurations we have? Only test configuration. Setup and tear down. Setup and tear down. 2 things. No other configuration we use. Alphabetical order, how they got all of First it execute admin, leave, a leave link and PIM link. Not run. No test case have been ignored, right, from execution. XML file, this is also very important, we'll see. Report output, it shows very clearly. Precondition got executed, 3 test case got executed. After running a 3 case, post condition got executed. Groups, no groups. Class, only 1 class we have. Like that, we can view all the reports, not only in Eclipse, we have to see them in local system also compulsory. You have to check them in local systems also compulsory. That is called before test. That's what I done here also. First precondition, running all 3 test cases and then executing post condition accordingly. Okay, na? That way, before test will be useful to us. What about before method, after method? If I use before method, after method, tell me how it will execute. First precondition executes, then it execute test case, admin login, again post condition will execute, log out of that means close the browser. See that same thing I will create. How to create manually here? Test engine class, how to create manually? Select your
right click
Java
on the
class.
project.
Java class, no right click.
Okay.
Why simply navigation here? Still you are going with the navigation. Step number 25th package name, annotation, annotation 2. Annotation 2, no main method, finish off it. Okay, and we have typed manually according to our requirement. But here I'm copying the same test case here to that. I'm copying, but I use instead of before test, I use
Before method.
before method. Remove this before test and set as before method. Before method, and here same test cases after method. After method. Okay, and make this annotations class name as annotation 2, same package, and we can take away this unused imports before test. Yellow color is not issue, don't worry. If they're having, no issue at all. Okay, now observe, look at the first test case, the second test case difference here. Check it out. Run as test engine test. See, first it will execute your precondition, then it run your test case. Precondition got executed. First test case, admin link, it will click. Done. Now it log out. Means it will close the browser. Post condition will execute now. Check it out. Close. Next again. Before running second test case, again, precondition will participate. And when you want to run your test case in this case, okay, for every test case you want precondition, post condition, then go with before method. Now see that second test case, what is second test case will execute? Leave. Leave. Next again, post condition will execute. Post condition means closing the browser.
Log
again.
out.
Again, precondition. So
Precondition.
it see that before method, after method, participating for every test case or not?
Yes, sir.
That is the difference between before test, after before method. Okay, when you want to execute in this style, then we have to use this kind of methods also. Okay, now all of you. Do you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Start doing it. Next Saturday I'll take your 3 hours class here. This Saturday I have some other batch. I could not engage your batch this Saturday. Okay, next Saturday I'll take you extra time and we'll work out for long period. Don't worry. Okay, na? Meanwhile, please complete all the practical. Still many people are lacking doing practicing, I know. Some people simply listening class and going, no, I don't want. Keep on practice. Going on, all of you, going on practice.
Yes, sir.
Do it here, do it. Don't misuse it, please. Okay? Yeah. Monday, we'll see remaining portion. Okay, na?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.